Hello, my beautiful Libras. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just shuffling up right now, catching a vibe, getting back in the swing of things, getting ready to do your May 2020 tarot readings. It's 2:20 on the clock. Yeah, man, let's get into it. For those that are new, welcome. It's an absolute privilege to read for you, an honor to ascend and connect with you. Please like, share, subscribe. It is much appreciated. And for those that are returning, how are you guys? I miss you. I hope all has been going well. You're enjoying your new timelines. And I just want to thank you guys for your patience with me and for sending me all this positive, loving energy. Like, I know you guys are tapped in, so I know you guys knew I was alive and well, you know? So I could feel your well wishes and, I hope everything is well. Like, why I say that is because you guys were reaching out to me either energetically or online or whatever, saying, I hope all is well. Can't wait till you're back. All this like well wishes stuff, but I could tell you guys knew I was well, right? You were just sending me good vibes, So anyways, thank you guys. I love you. I know I can't get too mushy with the Libras, especially. I can get a little further with the Geminis, even the Aquariuses, but Libras, man, you pour too much of that heart chakra out and you guys clam up. Actually, I hear some of you guys cussing me out. Actually, Libras, you have some of you guys, I'll get into the intro, prayer, all that stuff, 222 on the clock. Some of you guys are putting a lot of energy in the ethers to manifest love and partnership, but you are not valuing the core components that make a partnership stable, and it's the emotional availability and understanding. And if you don't give that to yourself because you view emotions as being weak or a waste of time, I'm telling you guys, feelings is information and data, no different than whatever you process in your brains or whatever you get here, right? It's empaths are essentially more prone to receiving telepathic info or downloads information through their emotional body, where other telepathic people do it more cerebrally. Some of you guys are needing to be essentially the partner and from the emotional standpoint, because I see you guys in magician outfits and I see you guys with your tables and you guys are manifesting and you guys are bringing in a lot of things that are a reflection of your new timeline. So unlocking new abundance and revealing new truths and seeing how it is changing your environment, the people around you, inspiring them, whatever. How cutting off toxic energies, using your truth has freed you up to move forward, all that good stuff. Your wand, your passion, your desire, your drive, your sex, these kind of things. You have everything else but the cup. Because I think somewhere down the line, you thought the cup wasn't worth anything, right? So God was like, I know you got it all dirty. The last go wasn't that great, but you need to clean that up now and get it back on your table. We need to move forward. You need to manifest the next experience in love, sex, and relationships. And you guys are like, okay, I'll do that. But you curved God when God said, no, because you're like, well, I got my wand and I got my pentacle, my time and abundance and, the time and energy and money that I'll put into it, my truth and my desires, but all this shit. But we know the magician doesn't manifest. If you manifest without one of your tools, it's a karmic manifestation. Because essentially you're going to go through the cycle, learning how valuable it is having all four. The magician has all four tools. All four tools represent the elements in nature which ground us and make us whole. Okay, make us able to manipulate energies, which is what the magician does, and bring down heaven on earth, everything that goes on in your relationship with the divine in the ethers, bringing it down into your creation, right? But it first has to change who you are. And I see that with regards to love, you guys have manifested, seen, and committed to the infrastructure of sex, love, and relationships that you've healed yourself to be able to see. The divine has shown it to you. It might be very, very different than you've ever experienced, were raised in, or ever, whatever. It was a leap of faith that you took into cutting off anything or removing yourself or not making yourself available in any way for an infrastructure of love that wasn't a reflection of what you were being divinely guided to go forward to now, right? Because anything else would just be a karmic cycle, like the one you've been on before. Because guys, the new timeline is a karmic cycle. Surprise! It's just new. The karmic cycles we've been talking about have been going on for eons. Eons. They're like reoccurring nightmares. The new timeline is a karmic cycle in the sense of having to learn all of the lessons that ascend us past this cycle to the next. So the evolution process, but being awakened and aware of how it works, like the actual process of it. So this new timeline, it's karmic. It's just brand spanking new. So you're going to go around that new timeline cycle for your generations, but it will be new, right? So it's wrapping up of this karmic cycle for the bloodline, meaning your bloodline has done this same song and dance in love, sex, and relationships, or even a lot of people are going through some serious karmic cycles and learning lessons with regards to money. A lot of people are being tested. A lot of these celebrities that you see giving away money, it's because karmically they hear their ancestors saying, you have to give it. It's not ours. A lot of bloodlines were given abundance, okay? Under the scope that they would promise to funnel it correctly in a divine manner. And a lot of people failed that test. When they got the abundance, they said, no, I rather do this and I rather do this. And look how fun the matrix is when you have all this abundance, not when you're like, a lot of people are getting collected on. That money's getting collected on, okay? Whether it's from the divine, whether it's from the devil, I don't know. Like that gets really tricky. Okay, but there's a lot of collecting happening, right? With the misusing. So these karmic cycles where bloodlines are learning really painful lessons, okay, surrounding wealth, money, abundance, the gratitude of it, understanding that it's an energy signature and that it does have a karmic cycle. There is a low vibration to money and a very high vibration, no different than any other energy, right? So yeah, and I also was getting some of these bloodlines like that have like kids that get the money. There are some people in the collective, Libra, and it could even be you. I just don't know what your relation is to this, but I'm gathering that there are some bloodlines. Some of you guys are going to lose or have taken from you money that was never really yours, but you feel like it's yours. And it's inherited money. It was money that your bloodline should have given back, but didn't. Should have paid forward, but didn't. So some of you are going, why didn't I? Like some of you are going to be the first to experience poverty in your bloodline because of this ancestral money being reclaimed, because it was never your bloodline's abundance. So you guys, some of you guys, like, because I see it karma playing out. Some people are bringing in ancestral abundance that their bloodline hasn't been able to bring in. So their bloodline has experienced a lot of poverty. And now the bloodline is going to be hit with abundance that the awakened individual who picked the right path to earn the abundance is now going to guarantee last the generations, i.e. the 10 of Pentacles. Then there's other people, right, who are actually coming out of a karmic cycle of a lot of abundance. And they're coming out of it because essentially the bloodline didn't learn the lesson. So I see that some of you are going to experience poverty for the first time in a lot of generations in your bloodline. And it's in order for you to correct the bloodline, because the money, the wealth and abundance that the bloodline was sitting on was not authentic. It was not yours. It was not divine. Okay, it was devil energy, right? Could have been stolen ancestral money, who knows? And you reincarnated here to say, I'm going to bring this abundance back to my bloodline in a divine manner. So you are going through you're bearing your cross for your bloodline. You will reinstate a lot of royalty back to your bloodline. I don't know, I just felt like that 10 minutes in, right? But these are how these messages are going. I ask you guys to bear with me. I'm getting back in the swing of things. But like I told you guys in the Pisces reading last time I saw you guys, we're not going back to the way things were, okay? So I don't know how structured these readings are. All of them, I use whatever decks I want. If cards fly out, they want. If I've got downloads, they come. I'm really having to challenge myself to relinquish some of the control that I feel I need when I communicate these messages to you because of how I believe I'm better perceived. It's a thing of control for me, right? Instead of just letting them flow, like, you know what I'm saying? And the daily readings, like doing readings and having to be vulnerable and because I like to do, I'm a real high priestess, man. I like to do that shit privately and smartly in the privacy of my home. You know what I mean? And then letting people in only to realize we're going through the same thing. And anyways, I'm kind of going off a bit on a tangent here, but I just genuinely miss connecting with you guys. I feel like there's so much I have to tell you. It's been 2 months. Like there's so much information like that I've been downloaded about the new timeline, And I really feel, Libra, that this is a time for you to look at the Queen of Swords. You guys have ruled with that energy. She is exhausted. She is tired. You're forcing her to have to be stronger than she is. You're forcing the Queen of Swords energy in you to be just as strong in her area, in other areas, to compensate for the other queens that you don't value in you. The Queen of Cups energy in you can protect you, bring in abundance for you, do for you just as much as your Queen of Swords energy has done for you. I've been getting that in the readings for the collective, man. I think it was Gemini where I actually even put it in the title, like the bitch is tired. I mean, not the bitch, but the Queen of Swords needs a nap or some shit like that. Like she does. She has literally wrapped up an entire karmic cycle, not just for you, but for your whole bloodline. And you think she's now supposed to go in and forge your way through the new karmic cycle? No, your new timeline is an energy of receiving. You're not wrapping up this new timeline. You have eons to do that. You might have to reincarnate several times before you're ever required to be back in the Queen of Swords to cut things out that you brought into your Ten of Pentacles that isn't authentically a reflection of it. Because trust and believe, getting to a point to be awakened to what the Ten of Pentacles was one thing. Then going and building it was another. Then it's about teaching the generations how to restructure it and keep it at a standard, evolve it, so that the Ten of Pentacles stands the test of time. It's like maintenance, right? So there's a process to the Ten of Pentacles. I was getting that, like getting out of fantasizing about the Ten of Pentacles and actually looking at tangibly how it comes about, how it works from a more like earthly air perspective, right? But I just genuinely feel like your Queen of Swords energy, Libra, is exhausted, and your Queen of Cups energy, I've been getting that for all the air signs. The King of Coins and the Seven of Coins and the Devil and the Hermit. Some of you guys, if you don't come out of your Queen of Swords energy, your Queen of Swords energy is not going to let you go into union with your manifestation. Yeah. Some of you guys really need to give yourself, you need to allow the Queen of Cups energy in you to go over to your Queen of Swords and hug her and tell her she did a good fucking job. And that because she has feelings too. Okay, she's exhausted. She's riddled with scars. She's got bags under her eyes the size of the fucking, new moon. Okay, like, I don't know now. I can see her. She's shaking. It's like she's done. And I'm not saying she's done, but for this phase of her, you do not need her for this phase of your life. And some of you are refusing to put her down. And she's exhausted and it's causing negative consequences. Okay, so I see you guys allowing your Queen of Cups energy to let her sit down for a little bit so that your Queen of Cups energy can use your emotional body to maneuver. Because remember, your Queen of Cups should have also balanced her shadow and her light. So your Queen of Cups knows what manipulative, emotional manipulation looks like, because her shadow is going, I can play that game too. right? So you don't need to be afraid. You're just as equipped. Your Queen of Cups is just as equipped to navigate through the valley. It's just her turn, because not only she needs to, it's about receiving. And you only feel comfortable receiving if you have your giant ass sword. Your Queen of Cups just needs to sit, your Queen of Swords just needs to sit down. Your Queen of Cups, she did inner shadow work too. She knows what's a safe cup and what's not. All right, guys? Anyways, 15 minutes in, please timestamp this, guys, because people get all weird. You know, I'm going to pull cards, but I had all these downloads. I haven't seen you guys in eons. Anyways, for those that want to book personal readings with me, queencuptarot@gmail.com. All the readings are live. None of them are pre-recorded. All right. I do them via Skype, WhatsApp, or regular phone. Half-hour and 30-minute sessions. Okay. And then email me and I'll send you the link for the calendar and the PayPal. All right. And then for those that would like daily and weekly content, I got a Patreon platform. So us high priests and high priestesses, get on over there. For daily general readings and weekly love readings. And a special shout out to the Patreon family last month for really just riding with me through this moving and transformation process. You know, the late night downloads and in the car, the downloads, and, you know, just the random shit, right? So I just appreciate you guys for your patience, all of you guys, the tribe, the full tribe, for your well wishes, your love, and all that stuff, all right? So anyways, let's get into prayer and get into your actual spread, okay? Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective sign of Libra, the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, relationships closest to them, the personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me, Libra, the collective, on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. I love the sound of the cracking. You really get it when you get pieces of the bark, because frankincense comes off of a tree, right? So if it's organic, you'll actually get pieces of bark attached to the frankincense resin. The chef, and that will give it like a pop, pop, pop. Yeah, that came back again about the collecting on the, oh wow, that really hit me sideways. There are going to be some celebrities that you saw donating and they didn't donate enough, and they're going to get collected on, okay? Because some of you guys are watching celebrities donate, you know, 20, 30 million. That's great, but if they have 200 million, they were supposed to keep 30 million and donate 180 million. This is the karmic test that some of these celebrities are going through. And if they do not pass it, they will, their bloodline will have to reclaim that abundance all over again, all of it. And this isn't like filing for bankruptcy type shit. It's gone, because it's that money was always a karmic test. No different than partners were always given to you as karmic lessons and tests to evolve the soul, grow, and whatever the case is. Yeah, it's like that with cash. Okay, some people are going to be challenged to do the right thing with money because of the ego death that tells them they don't need as much as they think they do, which stop them from giving and donating as much as they can. It's the devil energies that says you can't, you need that mil for this and you need this mil for this. So then they'll go, okay, I'll give 5 mil. But they're worth 230, right? That is no different. That is a very, very big problem. That 10%, yeah. I was getting that months ago too, but I think they're getting collected on now, right? Getting collected on now. Yeah, there's a lot of entertainers that spent their money because they did not think that anything could stop the show that they had in summer or whatever the case is. And they realized they misused their abundance, their gifts, and that, you know, having people celebrate you and give you money and to allow you to have that kind of abundance is a gift and a privilege that was misused to fuel some narcissism instead of really being a depiction of divine love and leadership with regards to money, right? Sorry guys, I'm already foaming at the mouth. I can see it. Because I'm just, there's so much information. Yeah. All right, let's see. No cards came out at all. So we're going to just cut this and see. 9 of Wands. Some of you guys are making this process harder than it needs to be. You're telling, God's asking, some of you guys are telling, you are manifesting love, but you're telling God, I don't need it. You're saying, I want love and partnership, but you do not need anybody to care about your feelings or provide for you or do for you. God's saying, once you achieve a certain level of confidence and experience within independence, it should then go to a coexistent independence, i.e., you value other independent people and coming together with them, right? So there's this sense of some of you guys punishing yourself in a sense. Some of you guys believe that you're supposed to suffer more than the divine has made you suffer. So it's like the divine only makes you suffer to learn certain lessons. And then some of you guys are moving forward going like, the learning process is about suffering. So I must suffer in order to understand. The God's like, no, that lesson was painful, but this one's going to feel a lot better if you let it. That's why your Queen of Swords can go and sit down and relax and take a nap. And the Queen of Cups, who fares better in areas of receiving and nurturing and developing these new timelines, new budding timelines, right? It's the conceptual energy. The Queen of Cups is, and Queen of Earth, they conceive. It's the process of coming out of the ground, right? So the Queen of Pentacles will plant the seed. The Queen of Cups will water and nurture the seed for it to grow. The Queen of Swords will give it the sun that it needs, and then the Queen of Swords will go through harvest time and cut everything she needs. So it's understanding what the different aspects of your feminine energy, because your masculine energy is comprised of the 4 kings, which represent the 4 elements of nature, right? No different than your feminine energy is comprised of the 4 queens. But in that feminine energy is the masculine energy, which is the swords and the fire energy, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Fire. It's needing to now go into your feminine energy so that you can nurture your new timeline, because a lot of you Libras, the reason why your Queen of Swords is so exhausted, because you sliced and diced yourself off of that karmic timeline, and you took your whole bloodline with it. I don't even think your bloodline had a choice. That's how aggressively you guys wrapped up this karmic cycle. The nightmare was no longer going to continue. It was done. And that was good work. But you have to understand the state of your Queen of Swords energy after what she or he has been through, wrapping this up for you and the bloodline. Some of you guys are the only kin. Some of you, next to kin, some of you guys are the only kin doing this for your bloodline. Do you know what that feels like? It feels like your flesh is ripping off. The weight is so heavy. Some of you guys have foot and ankle problems. I'm not going to go there. But anyway. But yeah, I just see that you need to nurture yourself, thank yourself, and appreciate yourself for everything it was that you did, but also understand the different dimensions of yourself so that you understand that there's a different dimension of you that is required to cultivate this time. And it's not just your Queen of Pentacles, because you guys are like, well, I do have my Queen of Pentacles. So who waters the seed once you plant it? It's your emotions. Your tears are the water. What you care about, what you're afraid to lose, what you want to nurture and deal with. It's like a little bird, like a little baby bird. You don't want to crush it. You're like fucking, right? It's that tenderness, that caring. You care enough. The Queen of Swords, you can't force her to do that right now. You can't force her to cultivate and be open to the new timeline after everything she just did. She's exhausted and it's too much pressure. She gets to relax because by the time it's harvest season and she needs to start cutting again, she would have restored herself and she will be a lot stronger because she would have allowed the pain and the journey of the old timeline that she's just wrapped up for your whole soul to transmute into the knowledge that is going to get her prepared for next harvest season coming off this karmic cycle, because I'm telling you, the new timeline is just another karmic cycle. It's just not going to feel like a new nightmare because it's just brand spanking new. You're setting up the new timeline for the generations to come, right? So it is a bit of a historic time to be alive, really. You know, I'm sure every generation says that anyways. Then we've got the Four of Cups, the Magician, ignoring the cup that you need. So you guys are manifesting without the cup, because remember, in the traditional Four of Cups, God has the cup out to the guy and he's looking down crying. That's what I'm saying. God's like, you're asking for something that you're not making available, that you might not value, that you don't think you need. Some of you guys are hiding the cup, telling God, I'm ready and I'm manifesting. And God's like, you think I can't see the cup tucked underneath your fucking, go get it and go clean it. You know, it's like the dirty dish that you cut. It's like, no. I'm getting like this teenager who's like shoving garbage in, like, instead of cleaning, just packing garbage in places. I don't know what that's about. That could be, oh, I know what that's about. Some of you guys, cleaning is not just putting dirt in other areas, like packing it away. I see that some of you with certain energies that you know you need to clear, you're just trying to control, because some of you guys are at the end of the karmic cycle. You can do whatever you want to these karmic cycles, man, to these karmics. Like, you're just so in control. You've done this rodeo so many times, right? And I just see that some of you guys have gotten comfortable kind of managing the low vibrational energies. So instead of actually cutting them off and detaching from them, you just kind of pack them in different places because you can. It's needing to clear out. Some of you guys have things that you packed away that you didn't dispose of. Hoarding. That's what I'm getting. It's hoarding, but with regards to energy. Okay? Hoarding things that you need to get rid of because you have places for them. That's not a good enough reason to keep something because you have the space. Okay? It's needing to get the fuck rid of it because it has an energy that feels like dead weight. It's baggage. Yeah. Then we've got the Strength, right? Some of you guys are confusing yourself with strength, like being strong, with being burdened. I also believe that some of you guys, it's going to take great strength for you to believe that you can fall in love again, because some of you guys are at the end of the karmic cycle, but maybe have just experienced the breakup of the last karmic, or a harsh truth, some reality that you are at the end of this cycle. So some of you guys are really heartbroken and are feeling like the wounded warrior, really burdened with all of the experiences that you've been through, regardless of the karmic cycle, whether it's in career, putting efforts, always kind of being used, not getting what you want out of your efforts in career, not getting the abundance you want regardless of how hard you try, not getting the respect and accolade and acknowledgement regardless of the efforts you put in, right? Because you're putting in efforts and you're trying to seek acceptance and validation outside of yourself, right? So this could be a karmic cycle in career and money, or in relationships. It's just some of you guys are trying to manifest your new timeline without love, because you don't think you need it, because it hasn't worked out for you in the past. You guys need to realize what you do to yourself every day, telling yourself you don't need love. You are literally starving yourself. It's like telling yourself you don't need water. Good luck in 5 days. Okay? It's not healthy. For some of you, the way you have suppressed your emotional needs is unhealthy, because you're really trying to leave your whole heart behind. You're really trying to manifest a whole timeline, a whole relationship, a whole career without love. And for those that are really, really stubborn headed about it, you're just going to manifest exactly that. You're going to manifest everything without the love that you seek until you want it enough to manifest it. It's no different than if the wand isn't there. People want passion, desire, drive, regardless of how much love and stability and truth is offered in a relationship. It's the balance of the elements within everything you do and build and manifest, which I believe is represented in the Magician. The wand, the cup, the sword, and the pentacle are all the elements of the earth that ground us and allow us to cultivate with the earth. Because I guarantee you guys, it's going to take you guys strength to bring heaven on earth when really a lot of you have only experienced hell. God's saying, how much do you believe in the heaven we've shown you? Do you believe that you are equipped through your ascension journey to bring down this? Because a lot of you were begging to go home, back to God for this love. It's like you were going to God, my cup, I want love. God's like, you need to go and get your cup. You chucked it, guys. You didn't value it. You felt like it fucked up the last manifestation. You feel like if your emotions weren't involved, you would have been okay. No, you wouldn't have. Okay? No, you wouldn't have. Allowing your cup to develop and grow. It's a painful process. Growing pains are painful, guys. But your heart is a muscle. It needs to gain strength. And some of you haven't used your heart. So it's like you need to gain the muscle memory back, and you're going to gain it back by loving yourself. And then your heart will be strong enough to love another in the way that your new timeline calls for. Guys, I don't care who you loved. You know that they were not available to. I don't care what you said. I don't care. You knew those people you loved were not available to you. And if you really are at the end of this karmic cycle, you'll know that their lack of availability was just a reflection of the pain that's reflected in you that makes you unavailable, which is why you were even attracted to these people to begin with. You knew that their lack of emotional availability meant that they didn't need your cup. And you were happy with that. Why? Because you hid it, your dirty, empty cup, under a fucking table somewhere. Right? God got you to a point, or will get you to a point, where you're going to need to go reclaim your cup, clean it, and fill it, and you'll be all the happier for it. I see some of you being like, I don't even know where the fucking cup is, man. I chucked it. You know where it is. Go find it. Like, some of you are like, my fucking cup. Some of you are some of you anyway. No, I lost my train of thought. Let's just see what else we get. Sorry, an email came through. The Lovers. I believe this is the inner knowing with the sword. I believe this is in the inner knowing that you can now reflect on all your partnerships and all of your career decisions, like your positioning being a reflection of you at that time. I think you can look at your friends and lovers and be like, you can see the twin in them. You can see and understand how you manifested them in your life at that time. So you can understand now how it's going to be different moving forward, right? For some of you, this is acknowledging the truth about how you acknowledge the mental truth of your situation, but you haven't balanced with temperance energy the emotions. Some of you, you need to balance your head and your heart until the shit makes sense, because your emotions are just as important information as your thoughts. Because not all feelings are facts, but not all thoughts are facts either. You're going to find the truth and the facts when you blend up the two. Hangman, blend up the two, the different perspectives. There's the cup. Some of you, some of you are going to find it very hard. Oh, fuck, Libra. Yeah. Some of you are going to find it really hard because your head is going to be telling you that there is no way somebody can feel the way they do about you after what they've done to you. And you're going to be challenged. Because if you don't listen to your heart, you're not going to feel the genuinity of this person, the love that they're truly offering to you. Some of you, I can see you guys. And that's what I meant about the Queen of Swords, you putting her under pressure because she wasn't meant to receive the love that you're bringing in. It's not her job. I see her just shaking. It's like she's with her sword. She wants to chop someone who's telling her, I love you. And she's shaking. Your Queen of Cups needs to be a part of that to receive that cup and determine the validity of it. Not your Queen of Swords. You're putting her under too much pressure, Libra. I see that. You think that she's supposed to do everything, and it's making your manifestations that you are bringing in, because there isn't a cup on your table. So whatever you are manifesting just from the Swords, Wand, Pentacle perspective is lackluster. It's not bringing emotional fulfillment. So you love it and you're happy, but why doesn't it feel like anything? Because your cup wasn't involved. Your cup needs to be available for everything you are manifesting, so that when it comes back to you, it has that availability, that love reflected back to you. Let me give you an example, okay? People who manifest partnership without love and emotion that are awakened. So there's people who are going to go on karmic cycles, right? But they didn't have the cup on their table, because some of you guys are bringing aces and you don't realize that there are new beginnings in your old karmic cycles. And the reason why you're going on the cycle again is to go find your cup. You insisted on manifesting a partner without the making yourself emotionally available. So putting the cup on the table for the manifestation. So now you manifest a partner. They don't have a cup either, but you don't care, because at first glance, all your initial needs are met. Remember your initial needs that you put on the table. They're honest, they're truthful, they don't put up with bullshit. They will cut toxic ties off. They commit to the relationship. They're loyal, dependable, they're stable financially and with regards to time, stable enough to invest enough time to build anything. And they have passion, there's excitement, it's fun. Thora, go and lay down and don't go anywhere near that screen door. Day 2, she went right through the screen door like a bullet, ripped the whole thing off. I'm like, see, Thor, I can't have good things because of you. I can't have nice things because of Chachi. Look, there's Chachi in her new place. You see how she gave you the little look? Like, she doesn't like the camera. She doesn't like it at all. Like, if I just keep it on her, she'll growl at me. She doesn't like it. I know why. She's like, I heard they take pieces of your soul, bitch. Don't take no pictures of me. Now I forgot what I was saying. I was on a roll too. Oh yeah. So then you have the dependability, the time, commitment, the truth, the passion, the desire, but you don't have the cup. So now you're going through life and something really fucked up happens. You're going through a really hard time. You're emotionally going through a dark night and your partner isn't anywhere to be found. Why? Because your partner doesn't think you even need that, doesn't understand what you're going through, doesn't know how to read you emotionally. So when you are crying out for emotional support that people don't value, but they latch on and seek out of everybody. Meaning the emotional support they get from people, they won't talk about it. So when you aren't friends with people, you only talk about what they did for you financially, even if that. You'll never speak of, they were there for me and helped me through this, that, and the third. You don't value it. So therefore, people don't value your emotional love, support, and whatever the case is. And neither will your partner. Some of you wrapped that karmic cycle up. You were consciously aware that you manifested somebody without this emotional support because you did go through something. Some of you went through a loss, like a death, a loss, some turbulation that got you emotionally unstable, and your partner wasn't equipped to help stabilize you, wasn't even there to help nurture you, right? When you spilt up some of your cup, they didn't have a cup available to top you up. Why? Because you don't have a cup available to top theirs. You see how it works? So that's what I'm saying. Some of you guys are at the end of that cycle and you're no longer going to manifest without everything required. Some of you, I just see you really struggling to hear somebody tell you how much they love you because of what has occurred in your relationship with them. Your Queen of Swords is like, that cannot be. You need to get your Queen of Cups to determine that. Conflicted about whether to, I don't know, whip some, I want to chop somebody. 5 of Wands, and we got the 6 of Wands under. Yeah, this is some of you guys are going to be initiated to let some shit go with the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, but leading into that, we've got the Hangman. So it's you being open to getting a different perspective from somebody in order to let go of a beef. And some of you, it's your heart chakra that's going to even allow you to see something differently, because your Queen of Swords energy can't be put upside down right now. Like, she's tired. She's exhausted. It was like the Italians. They're like the dogs. They're exhausted because everybody was walking outside with their dogs. I thought that was the funniest thing, man. Italians are funny. I'm one of those mixed people, man. I am right down the middle. I'm proud of being Jamaican, Italian, and Canadian. I live out all of that. I've traveled Canada. I've been to Italy. I've been to Jamaica. I just love being multicultural. Just thought I would say that. Yeah, because somebody was on my mom's live, and they saw my mom, and she's white, and they're thinking, well, I thought you were Jamaican. My mom was like, what do you mean? Like, she got all like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, I had to explain, like, Black Americans, it's different. It's really different. All of that shit's going away, man. I was actually really pleased with how Canada handled this whole shit, man. They responded, because Canada's different than America. America had to wait for their country to go to lockdown. Like, the fact of the matter is, Canadians would have locked down. Like, Canadians would have been like, oh, there's a pandemic, I'm not going to work today. And then Canadians would have had to, like, the government would have had to respond to that. Like, people were like, yeah, we'll social distance, but we're going outside. Like, it was just, I don't know. It was the government, I think, handled it well, right? Which is why I don't think it was so bad over here. Not only that, Canada has a lot of space, right? We have one of the biggest amount of square feet per person land-wise, ever since Russia is no longer the largest country land-wise. Canada is now, I'm pretty sure. So we have a lot more space. So, like, Canadians are already social distancing. Like, we go to the club, we're already social distancing. It's like, yo! I never liked crowds. That's what I said. I've been social distancing from you people. So if I want to go out on road, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let me not go there. I already feel like this energy is past tense. It's wrapping up. And when I say wrapping up, I'm talking about, like, the veil about how this whole change had anything to do with the virus. Because if it does have to do with the virus, then let's talk about the real killers, okay? The real viruses that have been killing us by the millions for decades, right? But it's the political, right? I told you guys there was going to be massive conflict resolution between nations because of, I don't know, I didn't know what it was because of, I just saw that. Well, it's happening. And it's going to put pressure on the lower vibrational countries that don't want peace, but pretend they do. America has been calling themselves the land of the free. Meanwhile, they have the most human beings incarcerated than anywhere in the entire world. You see the illusion, right? Okay. Some of you guys need to reclaim your citizenship. Some of you guys need to, these karmic cycles that we're wrapping up, I told you we have them with love, we have them with career, we also have them with lands, citizenships. Okay? Some of you, all I'm going to say is some of you need to reclaim your citizenship. That is part of the future timeline where people are going to care about the land of which they build their Ten of Pentacles on. There is going to be massive, massive migration. I personally believe that the American government, that's what martial law has to do with. I believe that they're locking things down because there's going to be truths that are revealed about America that are going to make people want to flee and leave, and you're not going to be able to. So I don't really think it has to do with the virus. I think the virus was just a reason to get people locked in their homes without panicking and thinking it was in their best interest. But then when certain things get exposed and people want to leave, they want to give up their citizenship and seek citizenship elsewhere, that is where we're going to have a problem. People are going to care. They want their freedom back. Side note, I want to thank all of you guys. Me being able to do this business, me being able to build this business with you guys, using my divine gifts No longer being a corporate slave, I reclaimed my papers for my bloodline, my freedom, for my whole bloodline. You guys helped me reclaim my freedom for my whole bloodline. And that's why I say it's a privilege and honor. That's why I say I love you people. It's not just because I'm a Cancer, it's because I'm a real bitch. I'm alive. Okay? Some of you are like, it's okay, Queen. Some of you are telling me you need to put your Queen of Swords for a nap. I know. Because I'm a Cancer, but I've been finessing with my Queen of Swords, yeah? Okay, so even though I'm a Cancer, doesn't mean I can't relate to Libra when they rely on their Queen of Swords energy, because I just believe it's a reflection of where we are in our karmic cycle, and the Queen of Swords is the best equipped to wrap that shit up. Angel, gang, gang. Good job. Last card out. Four of Swords. I feel like this is a time of healing and reflecting before a time of victory. I believe Princess of Coins and the Eight of Cups. You're about to, and then the Empress. The Sun, the Tower, and the World. You guys are about to realize what it is you walked away from all of that shit for. God's about to show you what your faith in him can do to your world, to the world around you. You guys, with this, that's what this Page of Coins is. It's collective, it's massive. It is from the divine. This is a token of acknowledgement for the faith that you have invested thus far. Congratulations. The Empress. This is the energy you step into when you realize how powerful you are with all four parts of you. Your feminine energy needs to have active, awakened, and healed, appreciated all four queens. Some of you are going to realize why you sacrificed, why God, when God told you to drop things you didn't want to drop, why? When God told you to walk away from people you didn't want to, God's about to show you why. When God said, plant these seeds here, even though no one helped you, no one thought it was a good idea, people told you no, God said, no, I want you to go and plant that seed there. I know what comes out of that seed in months, years to come. And you did it. You're about to see why. This is going to be an emotional time for you, Libra. You cannot be dead inside, pretending like this shit don't touch you when it comes in. But what's going to touch you is not this person or this offer. It's God. You are going to look right up to God and be like, thank you. And he's going to go, thank you for fighting all the battles you needed to that stopped you from having faith in me and in this, says God and your ancestors and guides to you. It's a pivotal time in your life, Libra. Don't leave the most important part of you on that God-forsaken cycle, man. That part of you, a lot of the justice that's coming into you, Libra, is that love that you always deserved, that you thought you were never going to get, which is why you chucked that cup. Go get it. Knight of Coins, King of Wands, and the World, the successful completion of this karmic cycle. And you need to be available. All four parts of you need to be available to do it, or else you're going to go back on that wheel again. And it's fine. Fuck, it's fine. You're awakened now. At least it'll be faster. All right. And then I'm going to wrap really fast with this Sophie. Okay. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels. Just one card. Free will. Get out of your cocoon. And I think it's your Queen of Cups. Your Queen of Cups was in a cocoon since the last time you were hurt. She needed to develop, grow, and transform. Now she has. So she was doing that so she would be ready to build a new timeline. All right. Get out of your cocoon. Deep in the sea are riches beyond compare, but if you seek safety, it is on the shore. Dear friend, you are living in a time when many new experiences, opportunities, energies, and growth possibilities are available to you. Staying too long within the limits of what is perceived as safe ground breeds weariness. The only way to participate in the new is to get out of the routine of old energies and pathways. The oracle has a great message for you. The secrets of the kingdom are deep within you. The treasures of your own potential are just waiting to enrich the experiences of your life. If you are reluctant to try something new or hesitate to take a risk, you will be left on the shore and miss the fun of being creative and developing your abilities. Circling around and using the same processes and getting the same results means you are just repeating an old pattern. Simply change your intention to focus on where you would like truly to go in your life. Sufi wisdom is about surrendering with joy and trusting that you will land safely where you are focusing. Making changes can help you reach your goals and work past anxieties and grow as a result. All right. Anyways, that is your spread. Okay, my beautiful Libras. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys are going through. I love and miss you guys. I hope to catch you live. And until the next time I see you guys, please keep letting your inner angels live. Mwah. Ciao.